Indiana is the birthplace of American motorsports. Carl Fisher's 2.5-mile monster monument to the automobile in Indianapolis kicked off a nationwide fever when the Brickyard's first 500-mile contest was held in 1911. The feverish need for speed spread beyond the Wabash Valley and from sea to shining sea across the American landscape. Indianapolis's home state was swept up in the wave as well, with the plentiful Hoosier farmland serving as the perfect canvas for the auto racing venues that would begin rising above dirt country roads and cornstalks. Alan E. Brown's History of America's Speedways lists 280 motorsports venues throughout Indiana's history. With the peak in the 1950s and 60s, there was a racetrack for every 15,000 Hoosiers and 130 square miles. Speedways and raceways, action tracks and velodromes, football stadiums and parking lots, cornfields and fairgrounds. That number has dwindled since that peak. While there's no official count, we can all fill a handful or two of racetracks we can think of that have ran their final race. Some remain, many leave behind a legacy, but some simply disappeared. Not every oval left behind decades of tradition, or had storied battles between a local hot shoe versus a household name. Or they did, and no one wrote it down. The Hoosier State has lost speedways dotted all over its Midwestern soil, some still peeking through, others completely lost to time. Steel mills, industry, smoke billowing from stacks, and blue-collar families in outer Chicagoland's industry hub on the Hoosier side of the state line. Troops are returning from Germany and the Pacific. Sam Savage owns a property on the corner of modern-day Airport Road and Clark. He carves a dirt oval into it, hires hometowner Harry Spurlock as promoter, and auto races are the newest entertainment feature in this Indiana steel town. The track stuck around until about 1955, putting on 9 or so seasons of jalopy stock car racing in the shadow of the steel industry. Championship night winners like George Colvin or Bill Carr are among the few noted as winners in the track's minimal remaining records. A 100-lap championship affair in 1953 was noted in the Hammond Times, highlighting the field of local stars slated to do battle on the boomtown's dirt battleground. And now, 74 years later, it's gone. A grass lot southeast of the airport. No physical reminder or remainder of the racing action that once took place there. Like it never happened. If you're traveling on US 35 just south of Knox and Bass Lake, you'll pass a trailer park with a familiar shape. In the early 1950s, a 1/5 mile oval was carved and paved into the farmland on the east side of 35, and would put on stock car races on Saturday nights and Sunday afternoons for 5 seasons from 1952 until 1957, when it would close for the final time. While the old battlegrounds past still leaves its scars visible from above, very little remains in the way of results and records of the Speedway's racing action. An article from a Culver newspaper in August of Bass Lake's opening season reads, Don Anderson of Culver outdrove 3 close contenders and won the feature race at the Bass Lake Speedway last Sunday afternoon. 2 of his chief competitors were also Culver contenders, Don Milner, who finished 4th, and Dean Rands, who placed 2nd. Anderson, who is High Point driver in the Hoosier Racing Inc. circuit, is out to try and hold that lead and take home the 1952 trophy at the end of the season. 5 seasons of racing history, just mere miles from where many of us spend our Saturdays now. And all that remains is an article, a handful of ads, and a cracked swoosh of asphalt off the highway. While Roby is the oldest track that we'll talk about today, its history remains the most intact, even 90 years after its closing, speaking to the popularity that it carried in its 16-year lifespan. Competition on the 1-mile dirt oval traces all the way back to 1920, with an August motorcycle race paying $500 in prize money. Racing was a regular feature at Roby, both of the automobile and motorcycle variety. Paul Clancy, Cliff Woodbury, Bugs Allen, and Ralph Ormsby are among the names that consistently found themselves in Victory Lane near the shores of Lake Michigan in the track's early years. But as its status and stature grew in the shadow of one of the world's great industry towns, it attracted names that made headlines well beyond the town of Whiting. Indianapolis 500 winners Louis Schneider and Billy Arnold took wins at Chicagoland's dirt behemoth, and it even attracted eventual three-time 500-mile champion of Indianapolis and one of auto racing's first megastars, Wilbur Shaw. The track would race on until 1936. While plans were made for 1937, track management moved their race promotions to the Cook County Fairgrounds. The stands were condemned and the track torn down that same year. Aerial photographs last show traces of the historic Speedway's markings in 1949, and a Walmart sits on what would have been the track's southeast corner today. From Wilbur Shaw and packed grandstands, to a Walmart and a grass field on the state line. While those three tracks alone seem like a lot of history lost to time, it's just a small sample of the tracks that have disappeared from the landscape of Northwest Indiana, let alone the entirety of the state, or the Midwest, or the nation. Roby sat on a hunk of land with 5 other tracks within a stone's throw, a haunting look into the shift in relevance and availability of motorsport since its inception, right here in the Hoosier heartland. Thousands of tracks have met the same fate, and more join it by the month. The only pieces that remain being the word of mouth from the folks who called it home, or a few pictures that have survived the years they've lived. There's many more to talk about, and we will, and sadly that list will grow. But maybe, along with their histories and the parts they played in shaping our sport, these forgotten places serve as a reminder that it's all fleeting. It can all go away, and it will if we let it. Time goes on, pictures turn to dust, tracks are eaten by the earth, and the stories stop being told. That's when a track truly dies. So for the tracks we have, whether they're thriving or riding into the sunset, enjoy them, remember them, document them, tell your stories, because not every bullring has been so lucky.